Welcome back to another video here on the channel. We got the first road course of the season here in the NRRA. It is a new road course for everyone here, and it is a very big home race for a couple of people. If you couldn't guess by now, it's Canadian Tire. We are in Canada, bringing the Cup Series back finally. Something that this league likes to do is bring back some old tracks that the Cup Series doesn't like to run on anymore and make it a very fun race, hopefully. But this race had arguably the most controversy out of any race I've been a part of so far. So, with all that aside, you'll see that eventually in this race. With all that aside, now, let's just get into this video. Like it, subscribe, all that stuff. Here we go. So, one thing I also forgot to mention in this race, I got here late. They delayed very long for me. I mean, we probably delayed 15 minutes. I was very lucky. As you see, the five going head on to the wall. They're wrecking up front. That's soaring. He actually got some air somehow at a road course. Don't know how that's possible, but it happened. Um, Oda goes around. That's one of the home race drivers here in this race. Dega didn't show up, but he would have been one. Smile, who is not here yet, he will join late. I will not say when he joins, but he does join eventually. This is a home race for him. And I don't know about anyone else. But right now, Rover been very kind of quiet so far this season. Hasn't been able to win. Just been kind of sitting in the mid pack. He's leading right now. He is actually driven in both divisions before us. Drove in D3 and D2 is Iron jumps out of his car down this long backstretch. Caution will come out, but Iron pulls a move that I did in Rockingham when I was a rookie. Second ever race, I jumped out of my car. Now Iron is doing the same. Rover will go and take first here on the race back. I'm trying to get past Blue here, but it's not going to work. He's going to get to the line before I do. And now we will get to another restart. Only now on lap 2. As you can see, I'm also debuting a new scheme here. A lot of people actually debuting some newer schemes that have yet to be run in this league so far. I'm in the Haas scheme now. Rover in a new PPG scheme. I send Blue in soaring into the wall on accident. I sent a little too deep and wheel hopped off of Blue, sent them both into the wall. We are now 3 wide, make it 4 wide now on a road course. Don't see that a lot of the time, but it did happen there. Is now I am getting bumped by Iron right there, but I do get past eventually. Is now I set my eyes on that 9 of King, trying to get past, see if I can get a move done. He's going to do side by side with the 4 of Hank. He has actually looked good so far in this race, and even in other divisions, he has gotten top 3 in the D3 race, I want to say. I don't know if he was at the D2 race, but if he was, I do believe he did get a good finishing position. Speaking of D2 and D3, though, Smile, the home race guy here, he is so far swept both D2 and D3. He won commandingly in D2 and won at the end in D3 after a late caution. Now, if you look at the Roblox chat, you can see him trying to join. The league game, we obviously have it server locked whenever we do a race. So you see, we unlock the server and he is now able to join. He will join in, and for some reason, they will only put him 1 lap down. I still don't get why, but we just kind of let Dylan do his thing. We don't try and argue with him because he makes some stupid decisions sometimes, and we just say, F it. Who cares? But back to the actual race here. Rover has driven away. Hank has kind of created a roadblock from King, and I've just kind of been sitting waiting for someone to make a mistake where I can get through. And there's a mistake. King drives into the back of Hank and spins out. Hank goes slow through those corners. I'm able to overtake, and now I can just get going here and set my eyes on Rover. At this point, as you see, Smile has joined the server. He's now in. He's ready to race. He will join only one lap down. Well, not one lap down yet for some reason. I don't know what Dylan was doing. But back to the race. Me and Rover have not won yet. I have been close a couple times, but now we're on race 4 of 10 in this regular season. As you see Smile coming out of the pit lane. I'm starting to get a tiny bit scared that I wouldn't make the playoffs. So this race, my kind of mojo, my kind of thought process for this race is I would like to secure a win. Now, another thing I was thinking of as I made that pass on Rover, so another caution actually comes out here. I'll show a replay down in the bottom right like I usually do with some of these from Dylan's stream. Credit to him. He streamed for as long as he could. Smile, if he gets the lead, I kind of want to get him the win because currently this is only his second full-time race and he is kind of down there in the points. I want to get him into the playoffs. But now we'll cut to the next restart because nothing really happens. I'm leading. Smile now is just one lap down as Dylan decided. You will now see I closing off this inside. I don't want anything happening. But I do put myself in the wall and allow Rover to get side by side. And we're going to go through turn 2. Very chaotic. We go 4. Somehow Oda puts the 4 of Hank up in the air over the wall somehow. Don't know how it happened, but the caution is called. Still, to this moment that I'm recording, I don't know how in the world that happened, but it did. Somehow he got Hank to wheel hop and go over the wall, but it is what it is. It caused a caution, and that gives Smile the free pass to get back on this lead lap. As we now go to the next restart. Rover in second, Iron in third. I am still leading in this new scheme, debuting it. Blue is up to fourth somehow. Not a very good road course driver, but he is able to get up front until chaos ensues in the back. Not sure what really happened. Dylan didn't get a good view of it, but 3 or so cars wrecked. But surprisingly, no caution is called for some reason. 3 cars wreck and no caution is called. We don't really know why that happened. I think Dylan's internet was kind of going crazy at the moment. I get a little slidey there into this corner, but I do get through. As I get through this corner, though, Smile gets loose in the back and cleans out a couple people. He gets loose going into that 5th corner, I want to say, causes the caution to come out. Dylan finally calls it. Took him long enough, but we'll now cut to the next restart as Blue has gotten up to third as Rover got taken out by Smile. I'm now leading the 24 of Iron. I know he really wants to get there. Soaring dives it down to the inside, takes out Blue into the first corner. He saves it enough where he doesn't need to merge. He will just sit in the back now. I'm seeing that now. I'm trying to run away. So I think Oda spins in the back as well. I don't know how that happened either, but I don't believe either of them merge. Is now I fly away from everybody. I seem to become the fastest guy on this track at the moment. Even though I wasn't able to qualify, it is showing that I am a very fast driver around this track. But I think people knew that coming into this race that I was going to be a strong driver here. I put in a lot of work here, and it so far has paid off. Is now I'm going down this backstretch kind of just alone by myself. There's nothing happening now for me. I'm out in front by probably about 2 seconds right now. We'll see as I cross the line. Iron, I believe is still in second at the moment, but now, yes, he is. They have a huge jumble. Caution came out at some point. I don't remember what it was, but we do now go to this next restart, and I am out in front again. The 88 makes the same move and turns the 4 this time. More of the same kind of chaos that's already ensued has happened a second time in a row on restarts. Is now King is right behind me, a new driver at this point to fight for the lead right now, and he's kind of sticking with me. You can see him; he's got about the same speed as I do through that turn 3 corner. Now we go through turn 4 here. I'm able to get through it quickly, but King lunges it through these hairpin corners. Smile cuts a little bit, but I do believe he gives position back eventually down this back stretch. But now I seeing that the 9 is actually keeping up with me. And with the draft down this backstretch, he's going to be able to catch up a handsome amount. I slow down a lot in this corner, which gives the 9 more room to close in on me. As you see, he's in frame now. I haven't had a lot of this. There hasn't been anyone really able to challenge me so far. As in the back, you see Smile and Soren kind of battling it out. They're both in the wall, and we continue. The 9 sticking with me still as we go up this hill and now down the hill through turn 2. The 9 stays in frame. He actually catches a lot through the corner, but I have a better exit out of turn 2. Now into turn 3 here, he has a huge lunge into the corner, and it pays off as I don't get a huge run out of the corner compared to him. He stays with me. I go into turn 4 here. He's able to keep more speed through it, but I have, again, a better exit. Just like last lap, he lunges it there, and then he actually gets to the inside for a moment, but luckily, I have a better exit through the corner, and I get away from this 9 car of King. But the draft is still in this game. Down this backstretch, he gets a huge amount of draft, huge amount of speed through the backstretch, but doesn't really do anything with it, just kind of sticks behind me, waiting for some sort of move to make. He looks through the second to last corner. Now in the last corner, he's right behind me on my bumper, basically. Now I'm trying to get away from King, but I get into the wall, which allows King to get to the back bumper, and he is actually going to be able to have a shot at a move here in turn 2 down the hill. The reverse banked corner here in Canadian Tire. I just get through it a little better than he does. But now, the later lunge that he's able to get through this corner, I have to brake in the middle of the corner because I went a little too wide, but it works out. I get a huge run out of the corner, which allows me to get away. I don't have a very good corner there in turn 4, so that's going to allow King to close up a little bit. I brake a little late that time to try and get more turn off of the corner, and it helps. Gets me a bit of a gap here down this backstretch. But again, just like last lap, he's going to get a lot of draft. Here he comes in the frame. He's going to keep closing. But luckily, I brake about the same time he does. But I go a lot slower through the corner. He catches up even more. I leave the inside open, which turns into the outside in the next corner. He tries and make a move, and he does do it as Oda, you see, gets a corner cut penalty. I think he intentionally did that to see what Dylan would do. But now I do the same thing King did in the last corner, and I cross him over in turn 1. Now in the reverse banked corner here in turn 2, I'm trying to get away from King. After crossing him over in turn 1, he had a lot less speed than I did, and I was able to flee away from him. You can see Soaring is catching, but from that point on, nothing really happens. Is now on lap 17 here. Through these corners we go. King has caught back up a little bit. He actually gets to my quarter panel. He spins me on accident. I get back into him. We both save it, luckily, but it's going to hurt him more than it hurts me somehow. I'm going to get a huge gap built on him, and it's going to lead to me just dominating even more somehow. Is now on to lap 20 here, down this back stretch. I'm still alone, up by 6.5 seconds. Soaring down by 17 as the caution actually comes out as the 4 is merging with us. I don't exactly remember what it was, but there was a wreck somewhere that caused the caution to happen. Again, I do not remember what it was, but it was enough to call the caution. So now I get through these last corners, make sure I get to the line. I think it might have been Iron that wrecked. But now, here is where the controversy is going to start. Smile has worked his way up the field, now in the fourth. Soren gonna make the same move he's done on the past 2 restarts. Spins out King, but he's gonna get in the wall, holds up Smile and everyone else in the pack. Now I'm free. I'm just going now. Smile and Soren go wide. I think they go into the wall as well. The caution is gonna get called, but not by Dylan, but by Soaring. He actually tries kicking and does kick Smile from the race. After calling the caution by himself, he was fed up with Smile and decided to kick him, and that led to him getting parked from the race due to race manipulation. And after penalties were done, he got a 4-race probation put on him. Not a 1-race suspension like we all thought, but he is now on probation for 4 straight races, which means if he were to do anything else that could warrant anything big for penalties, he would get a race ban for those last probation day. He would get banned for the days that he has the probation still on. As I was talking there, another caution came out. As you can see in the back, about 3 or 4 cars eventually wrecked in turn 1. So now we go to the next restart because I keep pulling away. I jumped the start on accident, reverse back to try not give myself an advantage, and it actually worked out. I didn't give myself a big advantage. As now King, I think actually was blue that sent everyone way up the track in turn 1. Everyone had to check up, and it led to everyone falling behind here, letting me get out in front. There's 3 wide back there. I'm the only driver that's not in that mess back there. As right now, I'm just going to keep running away. You see King back there, not really able to do much. As now I actually get loose, get into the wall a little bit, and this is going to bring everyone right up to me. I have to go really slow through the corner. Now King, Smile, and Hank, they go 3 wide through that last corner. Nobody hits the wall somehow, but now Smile has gotten up to second place after joining late, being a lap down, and having the controversy happen between him and Soaring. He is now to my back bumper, looking to the outside, trying to make a move. Now he goes down inside. Hank has a huge send into the corner, pushes Smile out in front. He actually gets past me. I'm now down into third. Iron now makes a reappearance in this race. I make a move on the 4, get to his inside. He actually gets into the wall, which allows me to get past. Is now my eyes are set on Smile. Just like I said earlier in the race, I want to win this race, but with Smile already winning D3 and D2, I would love for him to get a season sweep and get him into the playoffs, as he is not in a great spot so far with these playoffs. So I want to get him in, but at the same time, I also want to win. So I decide I'm just going to sit back and let him do his thing right now. I'm still going to battle a little bit with him, see what he'll do, but I want him to get out in this lead. I want us to pull away from everyone. So I let him take the corners however he's going to take them. I'm a little slow through that corner, which allows him to pull away a little bit, which I kind of don't want to happen. But luckily, down this backstretch, I'll have a huge pull from the draft, and I'll be able to get to his back bumper, hopefully. It is getting short down the long back straightaway. I do eventually get to his back bumper. I got loose through that corner, pushes Smile way out in front, which really was fine for me, but it let me fall behind a little too much for my liking at that point. As you see, I've built a gap to the 4, the 9, and the 24 back there. I get through this corner decently well until I go a little wide, and it doesn't really work out. So now Smile keeps that lead, keeps a good gap for me, but I have really good corners through turn 2 here. So I'm able to catch a little bit. I now catch even more through turn 3. He isn't going to have much of a huge run compared to me. We're about even on speed right through that corner. Now we go into this long left-hander for turn 4. I get right up to his back bumper just about through turn 5 and 6, but he's able to get the good exit through here. Luckily, though, again, I mentioned it so many times already. The draft is a lot on this long backstretch. So I'm going to be able to catch a large amount here down this back straightaway. I'm going to get a lot closer here, possibly, as I get a huge run compared to him. He had to slow down a lot through the corner, as now I'm on his back bumper pretty much. I'm trying to gutter on the corners on the curves, as now I am right behind him. I'm seeing if I can make a move somehow, see what I can do here. I do get to his outside, which I kind of didn't want, but it does work out here into this next corner as I will be on the inside here on this long left-hander with the reverse banking here in Canadian Tire. But I stay side by side. He actually gets a better run just about through the corner. He actually has to brake. He gets really tight through the corner, pushes me up the track a little bit, but I stay on his left rear quarter panel. He gets loose through this corner. I push him a little wide, and he's going to get through the corner. We have allowed King to catch up to us. I try and get a little bit more of a run than Smile would have to try and make a move, but I don't. So now I say I'm going to be committed to his back bumper. I'm just going to push him down this back stretch because I know King has caught up to us. But then I kind of push him wide. We have to break, and I just get to the inside. I decide, you know what? I'm just going to take the lead because it's a little too dangerous. But King has caught up now. He turns left on Smile. Looks like he's trying to wreck him, but doesn't really do much there. So now Smile gets my inside down the front stretch here. He's going to have priority into this corner, the better line. So I'm trying to make something work on this outside, but with it being a flat corner, it's not going to work well. He's going to have the better run out of the corner and be able to get to this lead again, as he has a huge moment there, gets sideways pretty much, able to save it somehow, but I do get past momentarily, but I go way wide through turn 3, and Mile gets back out to the lead. Again, King right there is catching up to us. Smile getting through the corner well. We're all closing to about the same gap to each other through these corners, and then we gap each other about the same amount. But right here, I do get a better exit than King, but not too much better of an exit compared to Smile. He gets way out in front. I'm getting up to Smile, getting that draft. I decide to break a little late, get to his back bumper, push him out of the way. At this point, I'm in win the race mode instead of giving the win to Smile because King is right behind us. I don't want something to happen. So I'm just trying to get one of us out in front to try and run away from King because I know King has not been happy with Smile being away from KJS and D1. Smile gets through the corner a lot better than I do. I actually get side by side with King because I had such a bad corner, but luckily with me having the inside line, I'm able to get through. Smile actually had to check up a lot through the corner. I'm going to get to his right rear for a moment, but he does close me off. I break a little early. Then I push him out of the way through this corner. I'm trying to get the gas, the power down as fast as I can. I'm going to try and get around the outside. It's not working yet, but I stay there. Smile breaks a little early, trying to get past, get a crossover move done, and then King wrecks Smile in the double hairpin, the double 90s, Smile goes around off of King's front bumper, and that allows me to just run away at this point. Now, we got 3 to go here. I'm going through this corners. I hit the notorious bump everyone had been talking about this whole weekend. I spin out. Luckily, I had a 7-second lead through this race. I built it all back up. We went caution free, and I stormed away. Luckily, that wreck didn't do much for me. Now they catch up about 3 seconds, but we will now skip to this final lap. Through turn 1 here, get through this corner nice and easy. 2.5 seconds just about for the 4 of Hank Harvick. Now through turns 2, trying to just be conservative here. Try and get through enough. Don't let them gain a crap ton where they can just beat me to the line just barely. Through turns 3 now, get through the corner very smooth, able to keep my distance away from everyone. As the 4 is the only person that's anywhere close. I make sure I don't spin myself out through turn 4. I almost spin myself out in turn 5. Luckily, I catch it in time. Is now down the very long back straightaway. I'm looking to get that win that I've been hoping for. It took 4 races so far. Race 4 here at a road course. I am going to come through the third to last corner, the penultimate corner coming up here, and then the final corner here at Canadian Tire. I will come through and win a commanding race here for my first win in season 7 with lots of controversy overshadowing it.